As Ella mentioned, we are continuing to monitor how the incoming tropical storm could impact us here in southeastern North Carolina. WECT's Ashley Balsavius spoke with local emergency management officials and the director of the National Hurricane Center today and tells us how we can prepare.
While the full extent of its path and impacts are uncertain, emergency management officials say now is the time to prepare for Tropical Storm Debby. Heavy rainfall, flooding, and wind all a possibility this week as Tropical Storm Debby could make its way to the North Carolina coast. Michael Brennan is the director of the National Hurricane Center and says some areas could expect up to 15 inches of rainfall. He says storm surges and tropical storm force winds are a possibility, but it will depend on how the storm evolves off the coast from Monday to Thursday.
There's lots of possibilities that are still on the table for the motion of the system next week, but I think the main message to people in coastal North Carolina in the Wilmington area is just to keep watching. The forecast evolves.
Another thing to keep an eye on, ocean conditions.
We lose a lot of people to surf and rip currents in tropical storms and hurricanes. So the message to people there is pay attention to the flags that are flying on the beach, any notices about closed beaches.
David McIntire is the emergency management director in Brunswick County. He says the emergency management staff will continue to monitor the system for any forecast changes. Right now, they have not increased their staff, but are prepared to do so if necessary. They're also expecting an increase in calls.
They may be asking if we're doing evacuations or maybe asking if we're doing sheltering, where they can find sandbags, whatever it may be. And we're prepared to answer those calls.
McIntire says now is the time to prepare to avoid the last-minute rush at the store.
I would recommend that people that need supplies make sure they have those in place. Go to the store early, get water, get batteries, make sure that your personal emergency plan is ready to go.
He says there's a strong chance your power will go out, so make sure to stock up on flashlights and batteries. What's most important is having a plan and getting supplies early so you can save yourself the time and stress. The National Hurricane Center will be issuing updates every 6 hours. Our WECT weather team will be tracking the storm as well. Ashley Balsavius, WECT News.